Hi folks, let's check everything's working. Cool, seems good. Everything's coming through. Excellent. Well, we're back in Elite Dangerous today and we're going to be carrying on with our exploration. So let's get back into the game itself. So we're out in NGC 7822, a rather wonderful little nebula. Lots of very bright O-type stars, and quite a number of black holes and stuff as well. So interesting things to see. Here's our next jump. And let's just check that we're finished in this system. We indeed are. Let me just refresh my memory. So this is interesting. I'm not entirely sure why this is. In realistic mode we have this here, which is a second star, or looks like, and it's not selectable. Looks to be maybe a brown dwarf. When you go to map, it disappears. Obviously power play doesn't apply out here. That's the first time I've actually seen that, and I don't know if that means that there are some stars. We've got T-Tauri, 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 4 T-Tauri stars, so maybe one of them is so far out that it's showing up on the realistic map. But we've got plenty of fuel, so we can jump. So yeah, let's see if there's a T-Tauri star a really long way away, and whether that might be why the realistic map shows that. Okay, throttle down so we don't go charging into a star. Always good. That's taking a bit longer than normal. That's taking quite a bit longer than normal. There we go. So it's loaded it. So we need to scan the system.
System scan complete.
And we'll just confirm. Whoa! See, that's an orbit line. 35,048. Okay, our heat's alright, so we can play around a little. Okay, this is weird because we've seen two other stars, 48, 35,000. That's a binary, which means it's about the same distance. Which means that does not explain what we were seeing on the stellar map. Now that we've... yeah, but look, there it is. Oh! And it disappeared. Try that again. Okay, there it is. And this time it's maybe staying. Okay, so it's just some weird artifact from the map. Look, it's gone again. So it's not supposed to be there. So we haven't got a situation where there's a potentially hidden star or some such, which is a little sad, but also probably a good idea. Right, so we're going to take a few jumps still within the nebula, and one of the things we are looking for are ringed planets to see if we can find any really impressive mining hotspots. And I mean, for us to want to come all this way, something would have to be really impressive, like a triple painite, or quadruple low temperature diamond, or you know, triple void opal, something along those lines.
Frameshift drive charging.
I don't know if we'll find any really impressive mining hotspots, but we'll continue looking. There's no harm in checking. So far we have found some nice ones, but none that are extremely valuable. So not worth coming out of the bubble for, basically. Whoa! Okay. Just checking my heats. Right. So there's a body to scan, which is interesting. It didn't say system. There isn't a body to scan. Oh, I'd done that. Yeah, I had. Normally it should say system scan complete, which would let you know that there were no planets. Because you automatically scan stars. Let's just take a little look. So those two are close enough that you would not want to be between them. Whoa. So that's an F, that's a B, that's a B, and then we've got a K and an M. K and the M are almost 4,000 light seconds out. So this is quite impressive little group in here. Want to make sure we don't fly between the stars. See if we can get a better view of those. Right. Yeah, that's a dangerous zone there between those two. However, there is nothing else here to see, so we will delete our bookmark. And I need to delete the bookmark on that one as well, because I've been to them. Another one where we've got a little star showing. Maybe it's just a bug on realistic. Just wait until we have passed that area before we start engaging our jump drive. Make sure we're going to be alright. Okay.
System scan complete.
Right, so that's what you normally get. That tells me that there are no other bodies apart from the stars. And there they are. Class B, Class A. Yeah. Okay. Nothing greatly interesting in there. The Tories and A and a K. K. Right. Now I've just got to remember why I flagged some of these. O5 and an O0. Go on then. Oh, we could do with a bit of fuel, so let's just slow down. Double fuel tank on this ship, so fuel isn't going to be a problem, but you know, we'll take it where we can get it.
Frameshift drive charging.
Right, next system.
4, 3.
Should be a binary. 2 O-class stars. Right, so our heat isn't going up, which means we're not immediately in danger. We can see that there is a body. So while that's scanning, okay. So we just nudge towards the star.
Fuel scooping.
Then throttle down again. So that while we're looking at this,
Fuel scooping complete.
so these are big. These are O types. So it's not going to be terraformable because there is no atmosphere. And it's also 18,000 light seconds out, which means we really don't want to take the time to go and take a proper look at it. However, there's no reason why we can't just do a very quick scan of it.
System scan complete.
Oh, it's not loaded that in, has it? 3 biological sites. No, it's not loading it in again. Okay, so let's jump here. There's 2.72 light years.
Charging.
Apologies, still coughing a little. So the first thing I'm doing, because I know that these are binary stars, or multiple star systems, I check my heat. Once I'm satisfied my heat isn't climbing, I can do
System
other
scan
things.
complete.
Right, so there's only stellar bodies here, but 2 black holes. So we have, there's the O, and that's a B. Wow. So in terms of distances, nice. Okay. It's not going to be worth our while going closer, so we may as well jump into there. What we got here? An O and a black hole. An O and a black hole. An O on its own. An O, a B, and an O. Ooh. An O, a black hole, and 2 Bs. Okay, actually what we're going to do is we're going to start clearing some of these bookmarks because we're not going to visit all of these. We're going to get on to our next nebula shortly. That's worth a visit. That's also worth a visit. That's worth a visit. Okay, so we'll visit those ones. Right. Make sure my heat's not going up.
Frameshift drive charging.
And we can jump. Come on, ring planets.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Whoa. There's a few bits and pieces showing on the scanner. Check my heat, not going up. We're good. 16 bodies. Wow now. There's a black hole, there's a black hole. Okay, looks like everything's been mapped. So this is an O-type star. So an L, an M, T, a variety actually. Right. let's take the time to map this system. No metal content. Metal-rich bodies. Interesting. Quite a few in here. There we go. Cool. There's some sights on there. That's why it's taking a while to scan. Next update will give us some more options with that. That's due out next week. 2 biologicals and 7 geologicals. So what we've got is there's a body out there somewhere we're not finding easily. So all we do, come out here, we go into this map and we find which body is still unexplored, which it turns out, very first one we check. Just out of interest, we can check what's on here. 59 million atmospheres. Don't think so. Surface temperature is 10,000 Kelvin. Yowza. And all of these have got surface temperatures in excess of 1,000 Kelvin. Yeah, ain't going to find any life around here, are we? I'm amazed there's a couple of biologicals on there. So we've got this selected. We're having trouble finding it quickly. And basically all that means is that we now know where it is in space. So we want to orientate ourselves on it, slow down. When we drop back in the scanner, it's right in front of us.
System scan complete.
There we go. So, surface temperature is 8,925 Kelvin. 11 Earth masses. We call that inhospitable. In a really, really big way. Right, next one I've identified is this one.
Drive charging.
We'll finish up here quite quick and move on to the next. Starting our scan.
System scan complete.
Okay, just stars. I mean, I'm saying just stars. O-type, B-type, B-type, and 2 Bs and 2 Os. And these are all pretty close to each other. Right, delete that bookmark. Log the route to that one. We've got an F, a K and an M. Let's go grab some fuel. That's pretty.
Fuel scooping complete.
That is pretty.
Frameshift drive charging.
Very pretty. There's the rest of the nebula.
Four,
Okay.
three, 2, 1.
So I know there's increased Fargoid activity, but out here we've not had any high predictions. Wouldn't expect to see any. We're well away from space where we know Fargoids to be operational.
Fuel
VoDs.
scooping complete.
So, what do we got? Okay. So those are 76,000 out. They are orbiting an M-class star. And this one is a semi-major axis of 0.32 astronomical units. So there's a slight chance that that one could be terraformable. That one has 1.58 AU. That means no chance at all that anything that far out with an atmosphere could be terraformable. But not really interesting. So it's unlikely to be anything significant. So I think we'll just move on. So kill that bookmark. And we've got this one, which has got an O, 2 black holes, and 2 B-type stars. Right. So our last stop in this nebula. After which we will move on. Very pretty.
Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, 2, 1.
Okay. No obvious planets nearby.
System scan complete.
There are no planetary bodies. There's the 2 black holes. Whoa. So 3 of them are quite far out, but that's pretty close. Makes me wonder if we might be able to get a good picture. The distortion of the black hole against the big star. But how big a black hole is it? It's 4 solar masses, so it's not a big one, but neither is it a teeny tiny one. So first order of business is I want to see this against the star itself. Okay, so we need to put the dots on the edge of the reticule so that we are going at approximately 90 degrees. Right, we have the black hole against the body. Now what we're going to do, we're going to fly to the black hole and see if it distorts the star. I mean, this is a small black hole, so distortions won't kick in until we're really close. Okay. Heat's not climbing yet. Oh no, heat is climbing a bit. Nothing that I would call a noticeable distortion yet. Not sure really at which point the distortions start. We're awfully close now. Heat's crept up a little more. To be honest, I was expected to have seen a distortion by now. Makes me wonder if we will see one. May have to drop out. Okay. Very close. No distortions, which is a little disappointing to be honest. Go. Right, so we've got no distortion of the star's image itself, but we are seeing specks. I just wondered if they were going to twist the star's image, and they're not. But it's distorting the galaxy, as you can see. That red cloud you can see there, there's only one of them, and yet there's 3 images of it. Cool. Right, so leaving a black hole, put the black hole behind you, start heading away.
Frameshift drive charging.
And jump to Super Cruise.
4, 3, 2, 1. Engage. Warning. Taking heat damage.
Okay. How are we doing on our modules? be honest, we're pretty good. So that was a little bit interesting, but not quite what I was hoping for. I was hoping for more distortion of the thing itself. Right, we are going to head off this way. So I think we might possibly head towards the elephant trunk. But the cave is quite a bit closer. So we've got the cave, we've got the North America and the Pelican, Sadar region. We have Val Nebula East, there is a Val Nebula West. We have the Crescent Nebula out there. Right, so looking at that, we want to head to the cave next. So, let's pick us a destination. That would be a red dwarf. That's Titori. That's a K. Cool. There's our route down to the Cave Nebula. These are some distance, the soul and the heart. Oh, not as far as I thought. Right. We are 11 jumps from the Cave Nebula.
Frameshift drive charging.
And along the way, we will continue to try and find ring planets.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay. Well, we've got at least one planetary body. We've got one planetary body.
Fuel scooping.
Bit of fuel, please. What's this planetary body? Gas giant. But no rings.
Fuel scooping complete.
Not particularly interesting to us. some of the other nebula there in the background that we'll be going to.
Ready to engage. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay, we've got at least one planetary body.
Fuel scooping.
At least two. Interesting. Okay, let's take a proper look.
Complete.
Those are 57,000. So we're not necessarily particularly interested. That is a K-class star. That has a semi-major axis of 0.82. That could well be terraformable. This is an F-class star. Semi-major axis of 0.88 and 2.54. 8.43. Okay, let's scan the system. There might be some interesting things here. Ooh, oh, my codex updated. That was worthwhile. Right. Rocky ice world. And an icy body. Icy body. Rocky body. Another codex entry. There it is. A lot of stuff very close to each other. 94% consistent.
Scan complete.
High metal content. Right, so some of these could be terraformables. So we can now find that out from here. This body is a candidate for terraforming. That one certainly isn't. That is... bit cold. 229 Kelvin. Semi-major access, we don't rightly know, but it's 1738 out. That one is a candidate for terraforming. That's really too far out for us to worry about that. Okay, we're going to stop by and map that one. It'll be worth maybe around 500,000. which is chump change overall, but it's nice, you know, to earn some money when you're coming back. And there's the nebula that we're now heading away from, with all those O-class stars. So, don't know if you can make it out, but that looks slightly elongated. That's because there's two bodies there. It's starting to resolve into two now. Just switching the orbit lines off so that you could see that they're not connected. Right, get this mapped. So they have the potential to get very close together, by the looks of it. Right. 6 probes. See how far the first 4 get us.
Surface scanned by 50%.
90% is the magic number.
Surface
There we
scan
go.
complete.
Okay. So that will get us maybe $500,000 in payments, which I'm not going to turn down.
Drive charging.
You're now entering the inner Orion Spur. We are leaving the Elysian shore.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay. Well, there's plenty here by the looks of it.
Fuel scooping.
Right. Okay, well, nothing that we were particularly hoping for. No terraformables, no green planets, metal rich.
Fuel scooping complete.
I may have been this way before. Given that, I am That kind of looks pretty. Alright, let's try and find gas giant. Yeah, we got all of those three. We haven't got that one. Okay, that's way off to the side. There it is.
System scan complete.
Cool.
Frameshift drive charging.
Right, next planet. F-class star. Whoa, we got too close. Not paying attention.
Ready to engage. 4, 3, 2.
Gonna have to check our heat and damage. Think we'll be alright, but might be time for some field maintenance repairs.
Taking heat damage.
Right. How are our modules? Okay, so we've got some modules.
Module repaired. Module repaired.
Let's use up some of our stored repair materials.
Module repaired.
That's always a scary one to repair.
Module repaired. Hull integrity compromised.
And we drop straight out. Yeah, of course. Of course. Should have dropped out before I started doing the repairs.
Module repaired.
And we've got a damage stuff when we did that.
Module repaired.
Learn from my mistakes.
Module repaired. Module repaired. Module repaired. Module repaired.
Cannot repair your power plant. Right.
Module repaired. Module repaired. Module repaired. Module repaired. Module repaired.
And the reason we have two of these units is so they can repair each other.
Module repaired.
Just gotta wait for that one to come back on. But then we can repair that one.
Module repaired.
There's our shields down.
Module repaired.
And yes, we will repair the thrusters.
Module repaired. Thrusters online.
Okay.
Frameshift drive charging. 4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
As I throttled down, we're just holding position. Right. Okay, so we have an F and an M.
Shields online.
That may be of some small interest. Let's try scanning. Oh, that was probably the one we were interested in. Probably the last of it.
System scan complete.
Indeed it was. So what's here? No, not terraformable, and neither is that. And we're done here.
Fuel scooping.
Actually, we'll grab a bit of fuel.
Fuel scooping complete.
Right, now we're going to be mindful of our heat. We're going to get past this star before we engage the jump. I'll wait for it to drop to 50% or less.
Frameshift drive charging.
There we go. T-Tory. That's 7 jumps.
4, 3, 2, 1. System
Kind of
scan
looking like,
complete.
yeah. Just a single T-Tory star. Oh, some asteroid belts.
Frameshift drive charging.
There's the nebulas that we're going towards. Oh, looks to be a bit in here. 16 bodies.
Fuel scooping.
Okay. So that's an M, isn't it? Yeah, those ranges. None of these are going to be terraformables. So on to the next.
Frameshift drive charging.
Another red dwarf.
Four, three, two,
Okay. Right, what's here then? Couple of stars, some planetary bodies.
fuel scooping.
What do we got? Well, no gas giants. But that looks interesting. Right, I am just going to nip to the toilet, so I will be back in just a moment.
Complete.
Please bear with me. Thank you very much there. So we've selected this planet. We don't want to scan the whole system because the rest of it looks quite boring, so we're just going to align to the planet we want to scan, and only then will we engage the FSS. Oh, it's a high metal content world. When we drop back in here, we can see it's not terraformable, so four jumps. Time for the next star, just keeping an eye on my years a turn.
Frameshift drive charging.
Sorry, I'm coughing. Sorry about that.
4, 3, 2,
Okay, what's here? Eternal question for any explorer. What might they possibly be looking at next? Well, we got some planets nearby. A couple of other stars as well.
fuel scooping.
while we assess all of that, pick up some fuel. Okay. That's very much a brown dwarf. Probably a couple of hundred light seconds, 150 light seconds from its star. Main system star is a red dwarf. That is not going to be terraformable. That's 521 light seconds out from a red dwarf. That's not going to be terraformable. Okay, so basically nothing of interest in the system. Just check. Not seeing any signal sources, and one of those stars is a long way away anyway. We'll move on. So we just head a little bit away from the star so that we can start to admire the nebulas that we're heading towards a little bit more.
Frameshift drive charging.
Okay. Right. Oh, more planets. Gee.
Fuel scooping.
Okay. The G9. So a little cooler than our sun.
Fuel scooping complete.
Right, so all of these planets with blue circles do not have atmospheres, therefore they cannot be terraformable. And those are too far out. So, unfortunately, not a very interesting system. So on we go. And we're now entering cave sector. We approach the nebula itself.
Frameshift drive charging.
Right. Ooh, 10 bodies, that's not bad.
Fuel scooping.
Right. Interesting. So 519 light seconds from a red dwarf, that's not going to be terraformable.
Fuel scooping.
So unfortunately, not an interesting system again. Oh well. Just check, make sure there aren't any signal sources. There's the Cave Nebula ahead of us, the one that we are heading towards first.
Frameshift drive charging.
There's a darker nebula than NGC 7822. There's the music telling me I've arrived. Okay, so nothing here other than the star, as you can see. Right, we are on the outskirts of the Cave Nebula. Have a little zoom around. Look at what we've got here. Anything really interesting? That's probably worth a look. Certainly not as young or as much going on around here as there was in the last one. There we go. Right, so what we're going to do first is fly away from the star so we can see the nebula even clearer.
Fuel scooping.
Actually, we'll also make sure we grab some fuel.
Fuel scooping complete.
Oh, fuel done. Starting to see the nebula against the backdrop of the bright star. There we go, the Cave Nebula. Of course, we've got another one just over here, so if we come into here, okay, wait a sec. Trying to figure out exactly what that is. Okay, so it's not far off our route of travel. But if I look here, that must be the North American Nebula, yeah. Looks the right shape. Cool. Right,
Drive charging.
let's jump.
System scan complete.
No planetary bodies. That's a shame. Right. What are you? You're a G7. stars, some distances between them.
Fuel scooping complete. Frameshift drive charging.
Pity about the lack of planets. Okay, a bit more interesting.
Fuel scooping complete.
Lots of bodies. Hey! We have a ring planet. Metal rich. I may well have been this way before. Right, so the right up on there tells me those are rocky rings. Maybe we'll find a double voido. First thing I want to do is I want to put that body through the FSS. Okay. Now, methane-rich atmosphere, not terraformable. We haven't scanned that. May as well. We are, after all, going to head towards it. Oh, look at the Nebula. There's the place we're going. Now, there were a couple that were quite close. That we were also interested in. Yeah, we got them both. Carbon dioxide atmosphere, carbon dioxide atmosphere. However, neither is terraformable. Alright, let's go map the ring, see what hotspots there are. Space is very colourful out here, which is cool. Okay, just checking the speed. start to make out the rings. Need to check something. Just a single ring. So despite appearances, you will need just the one probe. Because we're so close to the planets, we're getting full scans of them now. Moons. It's quite an extensive ring system.
Surface scan complete.
Ooh, we got some hotspots, and we've certainly got one double. Right. What do we got? Okay, no painite, no void opals, no low temperature diamonds. So this is more curiosity than anything else. It's a benitite and seriandite. Okay. So nothing particularly special. So we'll take one more in the cave. Just jump into that. Oh, convenient.
Frameshift drive charging.
Cool. Apologies here, Mike.
System scan complete.
Okay, unfortunately.
Fuel scooping. Fuel scooping complete.
Bit boring. Got a B and an A. Right. So we made it to the cave. Now we want to head here. The elephant's trunk. Not entirely sure why it would be called that. Maybe we will know more once we get there. An A, a K, an L, and an M. Oh, certainly looks interesting. Maybe we want to get closer then. Yeah, there. Oh, an F, an M, an F, a G. Yeah, that'll get us right up against it. Should look good. Now there's the elephant's trunk now. 10 jumps.
Frameshift drive charging.
Dwarf.
System scan complete.
T-Tory. Hi, Neo. Welcome back to the stream. We are still travelling from Nebula to Nebula.
Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two,
Okay.
system scan complete.
That's a T-Tory. We should have been skipping fuel by now. It goes alright, thank you. What's the other star? That's also a T-Tory. It goes okay. We're finding some pretty nebulas and we're scanning some bodies, making little credits. I trust you are well.
Frameshift drive charging.
So, just want to check. No signal sources.
Frameshift drive charging.
Wouldn't expect them. You're in recovery mode. Aha! You enjoyed yourself last night. As Curlo would put it, you were a little overserved.
4, 3, 2,
Well, I hope you had a good night. And I hope today isn't too painful. Okay, good. This is a withdrawal.
fuel scooping.
So. Well, the brain wreck has been treated and you're feeling better. Good. Glad to hear it. Okay, none of this looks particularly interesting. So, next system.
Fuel scooping complete.
Okie
Frameshift drive charging.
There's the elephant's trunk. Doesn't look like an elephant's trunk yet. Based on the view from Earth, of course.
4, 3, 2,
Ooh. There are heats and climbers, so we're
fuel
good.
scooping.
Yeah, another star within 9.86 light seconds.
Fuel scooping complete.
K and an M. Yeah, okay. Those two are worth a closer look. Right, the rest of these aren't really interesting. Those two might be something. So, select them from the system map. Say hello to the binary star. Right. So what we're going to do, roll down, throw this open, and those are now right in front of us. So we can quickly scan them and find out whether they are actually interested. So there we go, we've scanned them now. Not terraformable, not terraformable. So, no thank you. Next star, please. Elephant's trunk seems to be getting slightly bigger.
Charging.
No, I have never played Escape actually. I assume from your question you may have? Great start.
System scan complete.
Right, great start. Played it 2 days ago. What sort of game is it and what did you think of it? That a G? Okay. Nice. Roguelike space sim. Interesting. I'll look into it. I assumed that because you're mentioning it that you enjoyed it. But I think I just checked. You level up, get killed, spend points, and go back out and adventure. Okay. Certainly sounds worth my time to take a closer look at it. Oh, Nebula's getting bigger now.
Frameshift drive charging.
It's a pretty game. Cool. I will definitely look into that a bit more then. Yeah. Thank you for the heads up. Oh, we've got some planets. Yay.
Fuel scooping.
Right, what we got? Started off so well.
Fuel scooping complete.
They are quite far out. So the chances that those are going to be terraformable isn't great. But this is an F-class star. Whoa. Oh, will you look at that? What is that? First things first. Okay, it's not in the system. I think that's the two we wanted. Yes, and they are not terraformable. Right. This is facing, not quite, but close to away from our direction of travel. You can tell that from the reticule. So, here's where we are. Our direction of travel is that way. Nothing leaps out. Okay, so there's the Cave Nebula. So it's off to the right hand side of the Cave Nebula. That's where we are. So whatever's causing that, yeah, that'll do. Okay. Further over. Right. Oops, wrong map. Each time we have to reorientate, flip, pick something, select it. Is that NGC 7822? Because that line of stars could be the O types, but from a distance and another angle. There it is. It is. It's where we've come from, where we started today. That looks distinctly impressive. Cool. Unfortunately, we're not going that way. So,
Frameshift drive charging.
there's the elephant's trunk. Our next jump. Okay. A lot of activity there.
Fuel scooping.
22 bodies. Yay! Some rings. Right. That's a K-type star. Those are not going to be terraformables.
Fuel scooping complete.
We have that. Rocky and an icy ring. Icy ring. Right. Let's go scan the rings for mining hotspots. And while we do that, we'll also check signal sources, which there are none. Okay. Cool. Right. Starting to scan now. We're getting close enough to do that. Zircon Ninja, thank you very much for the follow on Twitch. It's much appreciated. Right. I'm going to scan these rings. Hello there. And we'll see if there are any potential nice mining spots. It'd have to be extremely nice to be worth coming out here. This is the same Zircon TW. Ah, okay. Multiple identities. I like it. Alright, we're picking up all of the moons now. We're close enough. So this does have 2 rings. So we do want to get quite close.
Surface scan complete.
Oh, a couple of hotspots there, but no doubles.
Surface scan complete.
Got a hotspot there. No, not looking great. So we have got, yeah, nothing really, nothing interesting enough to come all this way. You're on mobile, but Zircon Ninja is my main where I stream stuff, and I'm streaming right now. Oh, cool. Well, good luck with the streaming. I'm fine, thank you. I am fine. Trust you are well. Right. Let's go scan these rings over here. Yeah, a bit of exploration in the lead at the moment. Decided I fancied the trip outside the bubble. Take the orbit lines off for a moment. That's how we all start, mate. And it's unfortunate. I do wish you the best of luck. Just... I've dropped you a follow. so I shall pop by at some point when I get the chance. Hopefully you'll get more views when you change to ESO. Hopefully so, yes. Hopefully so. Yeah, it's where most of us start, unfortunately, and it yeah, people have very different paths with streaming. Very different, and I wish you the best of luck with it, and I will stop by when I can, obviously, but yeah, I think ESO's got a particularly good community, so I think you will hopefully have some luck with that. Right. Yeah, Neo's right. Certainly. That might be because I dropped by to follow, or it might be that someone else has dropped by. Yeah, tweets are tricky because just to go in live tweet on Twitter isn't going to necessarily catch the attention of people and draw viewers in. But those viewers that you have gained who are interested will greatly appreciate a going live tweet. So they are fairly essential. And of course you can tweet about the games when you're not going live, and that way you might engage with people and get them to come along and see your stream. Yes, and of course, yeah, quite right, Neo. They can retweet you. Spider creating a web, yeah.
Surface scan complete.
Yeah, that wasn't very interesting out of ring.
Surface scan complete.
Well, that's more interesting, but none of those look like they are doubles, and it's really that we're looking for. So pity, but what do they got? Well, they've got a single panite. Yeah, but a single panite isn't going to do it. Yeah, pity. Next system. Right now we are 3 jumps.
Friendships drive charging.
How do you make the follow go on your stream? What do you mean by that, sir? I'm not quite sure I understand. And Discord communities are also a good thing to look into. Oh, you mean the alerts? So when you followed me there was an alert, but when I followed you there may not have been. Okay, those are alerts, follower alert. I do mine through Stream Elements. Another one that people could lose is Streamlabs. But yeah, as Neo says, what I would suggest did, yeah, probably the easiest is if you Google setting up alerts in Stream Elements or setting up alerts in Streamlabs. Take a look at both, see what you prefer. But I personally use Stream Elements, but plenty of people use Streamlabs. Ooh. Power bots are much easier to manage. Yeah, there is that. A-type star. So these are certainly going to be probably too far away. But let's just scan the system anyway. Let's see. Oh. See if we can get something interesting. You use OBS? Yeah, so I use OBS and I use Stream Elements. So just to start you off, Google Stream Elements, and it's a sort of a website you set up, and it will provide you with things like backgrounds, alerts and other stuff, which you then may set up in OBS. But basically, if you're using OBS, you'll be familiar with the idea of there are sources. My gaming background includes one source, which is a URL that points to my Stream Elements. That Stream Elements is connected to my Twitch account. When you followed me, Twitch processes that. Stream Elements can see it because it's connected to my Twitch account. It generates an alert. OBS, because it's using the Stream Elements page as a source, displays the alert. That may not be the best way of describing that, but that's basically what just happened when you followed. Right, that's just behind the star. You're using Streamlabs, right. Streamlabs has alerts of its own. So, okay, yeah, that's not a problem. What you can do is you'll want to do this offline, so you don't want to be streaming when you do it, but you'll set up OBS and you'll have your Streamlabs webpage open. And you can look at the alerts in Streamlabs, and Streamlabs and Stream Elements, both of them have lots of good tutorials. So you will be able to find information on how to set this up in particular in a lot more detail than what I'm describing. But basically, you could have sort of like a browser window open looking at Streamlabs, OBS open, and just switching between the two. You'll be able to set up the follow and test it, because both Streamlabs and Stream Elements allow you to test the follow. OBS has got to be running for that to work. And also what will happen is you'll do a test follow in Streamlabs, and then you will see the alert appear in OBS. And then once you've got it working with just those two, it'll work with them in the background while it's streaming. Right, let's see what we've got. Right, that's the one we haven't mapped yet. So none of these were terraformable, no surprises there. You try to get 2 monitors and you have another one. I personally do prefer having 2 monitors. I in fact have a main monitor in front of me, so there. Second monitor, which is where my OBS is, here. These are both plugged into the same PC. I actually have a laptop off to my side, which is separate from my PC, and which means if my PC suddenly went down, maybe there was a power cut here, the laptop, because of its battery, would still be working, and I could let you all know what had happened. But the main thing is you don't need to have the 2 monitors. Once you've got the Streamlabs set up so that OBS is taking it as a source, taking the alerts from Streamlabs as a source, Streamlabs doesn't even have to be running on your machine. As long as it's connected to your Twitch, it will see the follow, it will generate an alert, OBS will then show the alert. Could you connect your iPad to your PC or a laptop? I don't have an iPad, I don't see any reason why you couldn't, and there's no reason why you couldn't have your iPad watching your stream at the same time as you're streaming. There's no reason why you couldn't have your iPad looking at the Streamlabs website. What you couldn't do is have your iPad looking at OBS, because I'm not sure that you can set up an iPad as a second screen, as it were.
System scan complete.
Right. Is that terraformable? It is. 492. Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure if you can use an iPad as a second screen. I'm afraid I don't have one, so it's not something I've ever had to look into. Okay. You'd need a lightning to USB cable. Okay. No problem, Circle. Thank you, Neo. And you can use the iPad as a second monitor. That is cool. That Nebula is getting really big in the background. Right, so 6 is the limit. So there. Ooh, look at that nebula. There's the galaxy. There's other nebulas. I think that's the North American. But all that there, that's the elephant's trunk.
Surface scanned by
We have a 32-inch LED monitor which you use, so I'm a one monitor streamer.
Surface scan complete.
Oh. Two jumps. You have other monitors, but my OCD doesn't allow me to connect them because they are 24 and 27. I'm afraid that mine are different sizes. Hi, Zircon.
Frameshift drive charging.
No, it doesn't bug me. Partly because of where the monitors are. It's the big one is my monitor, the game's monitor, and the side one is OBS. I don't have to. It doesn't have to be big. Where it's placed, it's advantageous it being a bit smaller, so it fits in that space okay. So yeah, it doesn't bug me. And of course my laptop off to the other side, that's a completely different size as well. You tried it, your mind goes, oh, that's fair enough, that's you. We is different.
Fuel scooping complete.
Fast G star. Yeah. Surface temperature over 1000 Kelvin. Okay, well, the only thing in here is of interest is this. Rocky 4,500 light seconds out. You need a therapist. To be fair, Neo, I think if we're all honest, in some way we all need a therapist. I've got at least one friend who's a trained counsellor who said that there's probably everyone would benefit from some therapy at some point in some way. It's just whether you really need it or not. Guessing that's the heart and the soul nebula's off to the side there. Cool. Right, we'll see what mining hotspots we've got here then. Chances of finding a triple painite or something like that is remote. And there's only about six really profitable mining sites been found inside the bubble. And obviously there's a lot more people flying around there who are able to join in trying to find them. So the chances I'm going to find one is minimal. But we may as well. You may as well give it a go. Right. Gas giant with water-based life. There we go then. There's the rings. There's all the moons being scanned. Wow. Really is Cupid's arrow from this angle. Okay.
Surface scan complete.
Ooh. More hotspots there. Double there. Double there. There's an inner ring as well. I'm just going to try and get this. Excuse me, folks. There we go, inner ring.
Surface scan complete.
Can't see any hotspots there yet. So, what kind of hotspots have we got? No void opals. So nothing of interest, unfortunately. That's a monocyte and an alexandrite. I mean, this is stuff that I will happily mine if I'm somewhere else and it just happens to drop into my lap. Alexandrites, any 2-8, alexandrite, muscovite. Yeah. Okay. That looks fairly impressive.
Frameshift drive charging.
So, F-class star. I think this is the last jump on the current route. Yep. Stars. Just checking my heat levels. That is okay. Right, we're going to need some fueling.
Fuel scooping.
See what we scanned. Ooh, small ring system, but it's still a ring system. It's the only thing really of any interest here.
Fuel scooping complete.
Go on then. It gives you an idea how bright the O-type stars that make up Cupid's arrow actually are, because it appears that they're as bright as bodies in the system. When they're several hundred light years away. Right. Oh, the Elephant's Trunk Nebula. Oh, we're flying over. That's B. That's a B and an A. A and an M. A and an M. Okay. M and 2 brown dwarfs. Right, so we just want to come out here for a moment. So, what kind of ring have we got here? We should know that now. It's icy ring. So possibilities of void opals and low temperature diamonds. Thing is, we would want a double void opal hotspot or a quadruple low temperature diamond hotspot. Anything less than that would not be worth the time coming out here. We don't even know if a double void opal hotspot will have more cores than a single. kind of presume it would, but doesn't mean it will. There we see it. Ooh, bit of a weird looking one. Okay. Not sure how well this is going to go, if those gaps are proper gaps. Nope, we're good.
Surface scan complete.
Doesn't look like there's any hotspots. That's a pity. Yeah, no hotspots. We've downloaded Streamlabs. What next? One of the things in Streamlabs is the alerts. Let me just refresh my memory. Right. So one of the features in Streamlabs is called the alert box. And when you click on it, it should display some tutorials. Streamlabs has some very good help stuff. But basically you're playing around with the alert box. There might be other ways of doing it, but that's where I would start. Look at the tutorials. They will explain it to you. Right. We're here. Good job there. Ooh. 2 mass, so that'll be a stellar survey. M and an O. What we got there, that's a K. So let's just go for map. And let's see if there's anything. Yeah, there's a number of stars. That's T-Tauri, so we do want to take out the proto-stars. There's FKs and Gs, which is where you are more likely than anything else to find terraformables, although that is not a completely hard and fast rule. Find them in other places and they can be devoid in those. Right, now we're looking for the exotics. And at least initially, don't seem to be any around, except there is a neutron star. Well now, we'll bookmark that. Not to say there aren't any other exotic bodies, just that they're not the main star of a system. Neutron star, an effigy, and an M. Well, that's certainly a place we want to end up, because we can get a neutron boost. Now, right now, we're there. We're going to jump into there. Okay. Let's do that.
Frameshift drive charging.
Okay, we've got a few bodies. Anything good?
Complete.
No. No, nothing good. Oh, that was a bust. We will head away from the star a bit though. Let's maybe... Why not? So obviously here you can't necessarily see the nebula gas clearly. As we start to pull away, it should become clear that we are indeed inside a nebula. There we go. Bit less up that way. Right.
Frameshift drive charging.
Right, what will we get here? Maybe not a lot.
System scan complete.
Yeah, nothing really.
Fuel scooping.
Just some stars.
Fuel scooping complete.
Right. That's inside the elephant's trunk. There's the cave, and the North American was over there. So next time we'll jump into this neutron star, and we'll jump towards the neutron star, and then use a neutron boost to help us on our way to North American and Pelican Nebulas. But I'm going to bring it to a close there for today. I do have to pop out in a bit, so I need to go and grab some dinner. What we're going to do is we're going to keep it to Elite Dangerous. So we're going to go and raid a gentleman called Karumba, who's actually a pretty nice chap. If you've got any questions on Elite, he will certainly be able to help you answer them. Cool. So thank you very much for joining me today. I will be playing Elite Dangerous again next Wednesday at 7 PM GMT. I will be playing Elder Scrolls Online tomorrow at 2 p.m. GMT. So I do look forward to seeing folks again. And thank you very much. And let's go and say hello to Karumba.